conceptual perspective, then people talk about a desire to be successful. All of the elements they think, intelligence, expertise.
What other doors could they close?
Hey, how much am I willing to give up and commitment, and are not committed to the struggle, acquiescing to the struggle, they're committed.
Careful who you leave toeless.
Hello, everybody. Dr. Rick Wallace dropping in on you. I hope everybody is having a great day, as I always say. Starting your day out on the right note is immensely important. It can't be overstated, and it needs to be truly considered each day when you wake up and start your day. You're in control of how you start it. You choose the mindset, the state of being in which you're going to engage every challenge along the way. You're not going to skate through your days. If you're really pursuing something of any magnitude, anything worth having, anything of any intrinsic value, you are going to have to understand that you're not going to circumvent the challenges and the shifts and the different issues that are simply going to arise as a part of the process. Your winning in life isn't contingent upon you skating around challenges and obstacles and disappointments and frustrations and delays. That's not where success is won. Success is won in consistency of effort, consistency and focus, being committed and attentive to what it is you desire, refusing to back off, refusing to step off, refusing to quit. I refuse to surrender. I refuse to retreat. It is real simple. It is something that is a consistent message in what I do when I'm speaking. Don't quit. It's real simple with me. You know, some people attribute a number of different things that they see as attributes as a part of who I am to my success. Some people say, you know, well, you have a brilliant mind. Some people say, you know, you're intellectually sharp. Some people say you're charismatic. I've heard it all. And while, you know, I consider those to be compliments, that's not why I have won in life more than I've lost. And I have lost. It's simply a part of life. You don't skate it. What happens is I'm resilient. I'm relentless. I don't back down. Not everything goes my way. And because I shoot for the stars, because I refuse to settle for that comfort thing, that space where it's not challenging, it's not risky. Because of that, I run into a lot of delays because I'm shooting for something far beyond what the average person would probably be shooting for in my situation. And so I am out there pushing. So I have moments where it doesn't happen like I thought it would at a certain point, but I don't quit. It doesn't happen when I thought it should happen, but I don't quit. I put myself sometimes in situations where it's hairy, not on purpose, but just simply refusing to play safe. I don't want to play small. I don't want to leave my potential on the deck. I don't want to leave my potential in the grave. I don't want to leave my potential on the table. I'm going for everything. If I go for everything and I fall short, I've given it everything I've got. I have nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to feel bad about. But if I play safe and I get everything that I go after because I'm playing safe, I may never know what I've left on the table because I'm playing safe. One of my favorite quotes is by Stephen Furtick, and it simply says, if the vision that you have for your life isn't so huge that it's intimidating you, there's a good chance it's insulting God. And on that note, I just want to drop that off. You know, what I got to talk about, it's not going to take long at all. This is going to be a real easy relationship Wednesday. But I do want to remind you, if you haven't gotten the book, the link is in the description box, no matter where you're watching this at. If you haven't gotten either of the new books, the link is there in the description box. Also, you know that I've announced that we're no longer doing the free breakthrough sessions until further notice. But what we are doing now is introducing people into a program course that I created a few years back. And that's the Power of Paradigms course, the ability to shift paradigms. And the link is there, a quick explanation of how paradigms work in our life and how powerful they are, how they're developed, and a look inside how they are readjusted, how they are changed, how they are shifted. The link is in there as well. The Power of Paradigm course is doing well. There are two. One is the basic, which you work pretty much on your own. The other is where you work directly with yours truly in shifting your paradigms. Look, it's a powerful thing. Something that is this. It's science. It works. This is a mental process, but it's also borne out in the practicing of certain behaviors. And we go through all that. But check it out, look at it, decide if it's something you want to do. We would love to work with you, whether you take the basic course or whether you take the advanced course. Do something to shift and change what you're getting if you're not happy with where you're at. Now, moving into Relationship Wednesday. Look, this should go without saying, but you would be surprised. There's something about making sure that you're in alignment. You got to understand, if you're a person who has an idea of who you are, if you're a person who understands where you're headed, if you're a person who knows what they have to give life, you know your purpose, and you know the direction you're headed in, well, then it's important for you when you're choosing a mate, a partner, friends, whatever, business partner, whatever, you have to choose in alignment with your vision. You have to choose in alignment with your destination. You have to choose in alignment with your destiny and purpose. And what a lot of people do is they choose based on emotion. Man, I really like this person. This person's really cool. They're fun. And yes, you want to have people you can have fun around. But the more serious and significant relationships have to be a much deeper than they make me laugh, much deeper than this is my buddy I go drinking with or smoking with. I'm a cigar smoker. And I have some people that I sit down and chop it up with when I'm in the cigar shop. I see very few of them outside of the cigar shop. But what I did is when I first went to this particular cigar shop, when I got back to Houston, I was living in Dallas for some years and then, somewhere else before that. But when I got back to Houston after being gone for a while, I looked for cigar shops that was close to the house, but I was also looking for a certain crowd. I wanted to be around men who were married. Because that's important to me, is to be around people who are not just married, but married and trying to build something powerful and lasting in their marriage. And so I found these guys, man, almost every cat in this place is married, and the few that are not, are good people and they understand and they're respectful of the institution of marriage. And then we talk and we encourage each other. In other words, we have an alignment. So there's an authentic force that says when I'm around these guys, they're challenging me even when they're not challenging me. You look at and you say, okay, yeah, I see. Okay, you've been with your wife how long? Oh yeah, that's what's up. And you talk, you ask questions, you bounce things off one another, you challenge one another to be the best that we can possibly be under certain circumstances. So that's that part of it. But in anything I go into, it's saying, okay, how do we align? And with my wife, when I met my wife, I had my vision in mind. When I met my wife, yes, she's absolutely gorgeous. Yes, she's smart, she's fun, she's witty, all of those things that are a plus. But what solidified was her heart, first of all. She was true to who she was. She had a sense of loyalty, but she was headed in the same direction. We had the same passion. We had a love for those less fortunate than us. We had a love for our people. We had the gifting to touch people. and to speak into people's lives and to elevate people. It was something that we could relate to each other on no matter what we were going through. You know, in the process of building and structuring some things, you go through some things. It's not all peaches and cream. It's not all cake and ice cream. It's some times where you're looking at things and they're not shaping up the way you think they should. But when you can look into the eyes of the person you're going through this with, and you can see beyond the moment because you can see the vision in their eyes, and you understand that there's something down the road that's better, that you're working through the difficulty to get to. And it creates less conflict, less strain, less pull. When you're headed in two directions, there's a constant pull. There's a constant pull. There's a constant fight. You're always on a continuum. You're on a continuum, meaning that there's constant pressure. You're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. Now, when you add to that constant pressure of life's continuum, when you add to that the pulling left and right because you're going in two different directions, it makes it unbearable. It makes it impossible. You have to find, okay, we're going to be pushing forward. Sometimes we're going to get knocked back. Sometimes we are going to get pulled back a couple of steps, but we're moving in a specific direction because we are aligned with one another. And that's where you have to be aligned. Being aligned doesn't mean you agree with one another on everything. Being aligned doesn't mean that you think the same. Being aligned means that you have similar passions, your purposes align, and you're headed in the same direction. There's something that you're unified on as far as what you're building together. And so you're always going to be moving in that direction. There'll be some hiccups. There'll be some disagreements. That's a part of life. What I'm talking about is the alignment that keeps you pointed in the direction of your destiny. When both people are headed in the same direction as far as destiny, they can work and build all of the other things that makes the relationship strong. But if you're headed in two different directions, if you're not in alignment with vision, destiny, your dreams, your aspirations, what you're trying to build, where you're trying to go, it's going to be impossible because the pulling in the different directions is disruptive, it's destructive, it's devastating. And it cannot persevere for long periods of time, or you persevere in misery. That's not what it's about. It's about having a focus on where you're going and having an alignment that is so in tune with one another that you consistently build momentum together. With that being said, look, I said I wasn't going to be long. I just wanted to drop that off on you and get you to understand where we're really, how this thing works. Relationships require thought. It requires insight. It requires planning. It requires critiquing. It's not solely about a feeling. Yeah, you want to like somebody. You want to be cool with them. Yeah, you want to have fun. But where is this taking me? Has to be the question. If I invest in this relationship, whether it's in a marriage, whether it's in a friendship, whether it's in a business partnership, whether it's in an organizational endeavor, whatever it is, where is this relationship taking me? Is it taking me in the direction of my destiny? And if you don't know your destiny, you shouldn't be building relationships right now anyway. You should be clarifying the vision. You should be getting a clear understanding of where you're going and how you plan on getting there so that you can see the value that of the people who come into your life, as well as see how you can be valuable to them. You have to know where you're going. You have to know what your gifting is. You have to know how you are going to be equipped to touch lives, because that's going to show you how your value will rest in the lives of other people. With that being said, look, I'm gonna get off of here. Hopefully I'll be back again a little later with something different to drop on you. I got a lot going on today. Those who don't know, I'm homeschooling and got to do something with little man today. So it's going to kind of pinch into my day, but I'm going to make it all happen. Look, take care of the things that matter. Be committed to what it is you're doing. Have a plan and an understanding of what you're going to have to accomplish over a period of time to get where it is you say you want to go. Be precise, be intentful. Look, for those who might want to work with me, reach out to me. Matter of fact, if you're looking at this video, email support team at, no, I take that back. It's not support team. Email lifechange at rickwallacephd.link. That's lifechange at rickwallacephd.link. Let them know you want to work with me, and they will get you everything you need to do, get you set up, and we'll take it from there. With that being said, look, I'm gonna get off of here. As I always say, I am going to live my life on full, so that at the end of this journey I call life, I will die on E. I'm challenging you to do the same thing. Don't go to the grave with potential that has been untapped. That's a waste. That is such a waste. Live your life on full. Don't leave anything undone. That's my challenge to you. On that note, I'm checking out of here. You guys have an unbelievable day. Hello, everybody. Dr. Rick Wallace here. I hope that you guys are off to a great start as far as your week is concerned. I hope that you are coming off of a good week where things went well, were profitable, prosperous, and productive. Even if it wasn't, make a recommitment this week, make the necessary adjustments, and get back in the game. This is a marathon. This is a game of perseverance and resilience. It is about making the necessary adjustments. It's about remaining committed and finishing what you're starting. Not everything is going to go your way. That's something that you're going to have an understanding of and be okay with, because things simply happen. Nobody's perfect. No situation is perfect. There's always going to be something that you're working against. That is a part of the process. You have to prepare yourself to be in process. You have to give yourself permission to be in process. The moment that there's nothing wrong with the pursuit of perfection. But what you have to understand is the pursuit of perfection is the pursuit of completion. And in the pursuit of completion, you are going to be always moving towards it. When you're complete and finished, you're done. That means you finished your work. That's the end of the game. That's when you shut it down and you call it a wrap at the end of life. When you look up and you are able to read the pages of your legacy that you've built, that you're leaving the world, that's when you reach perfection, is when it's done. It's not about everything being absolutely in alignment. Perfection is completion. It means that what you started to do has been absolutely done to its fullest. There's nothing left to do. And so you're pursuing perfection, but perfection is a far way off. What you're doing is you're going through the process of achieving perfection. And in the midst of that, you're going to have disruptions. You've got to be okay with that. That's just simply the way it is. I'm going to be brief again this week, but I just want to hit something home. There are a number of different things that are at the top of the list. Say the top 10 reasons why people fail at business. And what I'm going to talk to you about today is definitely in the top 5. And it's an unwillingness or an inability to invest in oneself. And when I say that, I mean in every way possible. Investing time, investing energy, investing effort, investing capital, currency, and resources into yourself. I see people all the time attempting to fund business ideas that they have not invested in themselves. One of the things that an average venture capitalist or angel funder or someone that understands what investment in business and venture is, one of the things we're going to look at, how much have you already put in of your own resources, whether it's time, energy, effort, money. They're going to want to see what's invested. Just the idea alone is not going to attract true investors, people who will put in the money necessary to fund your idea. There's money out there. There's always capital out there. There's always resources. And I tell people all the time, Your number one resource is your resourcefulness. It's not the money you have in the bank. It's not the people you have on speed dial. It's not your potential investors. It's your resourcefulness, the ability to know what you need and find a way to get it. That's going to be what holds you together. That's going to be what provides the confidence to create calmness in some very hostile and volatile situations as you're trying to work this thing out. It is a process. But the thing is that most people want something, but they don't want to invest in it. I tell people all the time, what I see with most people is they have a wish list versus a list of goals, aspirations, and benchmarks. And what's the difference between goals and wishes? Goals are something you look at, you measure the cost, and you pay the price. Goals are something you sit up and you say, okay, I'm going to have to put this in. I'm going to have to invest this. I'm going to have to take this much time. I have to do this. Then you pay the price and you reap the reward. A wish list is those things. Is a list of things people want but are not willing to pay for, not willing to put in the work for, not willing to be committed to. That's a wish list. It's just something on paper that looks nice, and it would be fun if you were able to do it. It would be great if you were able to have it. But the truth of the matter is you're not putting in the work. You're not investing. You're not putting skin in the game. And then you'll turn around and want people to support something in which you have not supported. Sitting up and saying you want to do it, sitting up saying that you're good enough to do it is not enough. You have to be able to put in the work. You have to be willing to put in the work. You got to be willing to take some of your own paper and invest it in yourself, invest it in courses, invest it in material, invest it in inventory, invest it in whatever it needs to grow you. You're going to have to invest in yourself at some point in time. You're going to have to become better than you are, because you have people out there that are competing for the same market, and you have to have an understanding of how you're going to establish and distinguish yourself in the market. You can't go into a market and think just because you're offering something that people will automatically gravitate to it. So you got to know how to brand. You're going to have to invest in your branding, in your marketing campaign. You're going to have an ad spend. I don't care what it is you're doing. Organic business is great. It's a good supplement, but primarily you got to have a tried and proven method of driving business to you. And then you got to have a tried and proven method of retaining the business, because that's business longevity, not conversion, but retention. And you have to understand that conversion is turning someone that's not a customer into a customer. Businesses live off of retention, taking customers you have converted and retaining them through developing relationships with them that create what we call trust. And that's where you get your customer loyalty from. It's in the process of knowing how to do all of these things, but that doesn't come free. That has a cost to it. And what I see and what really bothers me is how many people want something that they're not willing to invest in. And then they expect someone else to invest in them. You are going to have to be your first investor. You're going to have to find, I don't care if you don't have a dime in your pocket, you've got to find a way to put some skin in the game. You got to find a way to be invested. You got to show somebody the effort you've put into being what you say you're going to be if they back you. That may be 10,000 hours of research and analytical processing that says, I've literally put 10,000 hours into understanding this. I know the market inside and out. Here's my plan. This is how it would work. This is how it compares to this. I've done this work. I've put it in. And then if you've got money, you can't hold money and expect to get money. You're going to have to put some money out there, invest in some things that will bring back a reward. You've got to understand that principle. You are going to have to be willing to put money in the game, put energy in the game, put effort in the game to a point where you literally develop momentum spiritually. I know we're talking business, but you've got to develop a momentum spiritually that the universe is hearing you, that the universe is responding to you, that the universe is answering your demands. And life and the universe and whatever else you want to say will pay whatever price you demand. but it's going to have a counter demand. If you say you want this business, the universe is going to demand that you sacrifice some time. If you say you want this business, the universe is going to demand that you take some money that you might want to spend on a vacation or something else and invest it in this business idea. The universe is going to demand that you prove that you're consistently, entirely committed to having it. And then the universe is going to say, now I'll meet you halfway. I will conspire with you to produce this thing you want. It has to be done in that way. I cannot stress this enough. With that being said, I'm going to check out of here. Got so much more to do, but I had to stop by this morning and give you this. This is, take it at face value, take it for what it is. But I'm telling you, if you don't invest in you, you can't expect anybody else to. And there is just this dynamic that is created when you put blood, sweat, tears, and money into something you believe in. You really truly own it, and it becomes a part of who you are, and it becomes a dynamic force that moves you forward. You know, it's just a wish until you put some skin in the game. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. You guys have an unbelievable day. As I always say, live your life on full so that you die on E. Have a great day.
From a conceptual perspective, people talk about success, all of the elements they think, intelligence, expertise.
What other doors could they close?
Hey, how much am I willing to give up and commitment, and are not committed to the struggle, acquiescing to the struggle, they're committed